Hello friend, I am Naval. You are watching Code with Naval. Welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, we will see how can we do multiple pattern program within a same logic. We can use the same logic for a different pattern program. You can see in a screen here we have defined some pattern program. The first pattern program is a star, second, third, fourth, fifth. You can observe here this 5 pattern program have one similarity, one similar functionality. There has the same row and column. Okay, so I'll simply explain first pattern. We will define here. This is a row. Okay, this is a row. There has a one row, then second row, then third row. Okay, and if you consider a column, this is a column. Okay, in a first row there has a 3 column. First row has a 3 column, then second row also has a 3 column, and third row also has a 3 column. Okay, the same pattern, second pattern also the same functionality, 3 row and 3 column. Okay, the third and fourth and fifth, where all pattern has the same functionality. So we can create a one program, and we have to just change a few minor changes, and we can create the other program also. Okay, so let's move on our Eclipse, and I'll show one more thing. We are not just using a for loop. I'll also show how can we do this same thing without using a for loop. Okay, so let's open Eclipse. You can see here already I have created one project. Inside a project, here I define one package. I'll simply create one class pattern 1. Okay, let's create this class. Let's define here main method. For that, simply type main and control space. Okay, let's enter. Now here I have to define a variable int n equal to 5. Okay, now let's create our for loop. This, and every time one, remember one thing, whatever we writing a for loop, this outer for loop is for a row, printing a row. Okay, and this inner for loop, and whatever inner for loop we write, that for a column. Okay, I'll show you also shortcut in a Eclipse. I have for. Okay, simply type for control space. You can see here, and you can get here code. Simply press the enter, and simply replace here, instead of arcs length, I'll put here equal to n, and I'll start this thing not from 0. I'll start this thing from 1. Okay, this for loop for row printing, and now I have to print a column. I'll simply define one more for loop, int j equal to 1, j less than equal to n, and j plus plus. Okay, let's see. Now simply I'll print here star sys out sy so and control space. You can see here we got star and space. Once this inner for loop complete, you can see here this inner for loop for print column. I'll simply define here col, and this one is for row. Okay, when our outer for loop iterate one time, this inner for loop iterate 5 time. You can see our n number, n equal to 5 means 1 to 5. This inner for loop print 5 time, and it's print 5 star in a one row. Okay, here we can see here only have a 3 star, but we are printing here 5 star. Okay, in a when complete this inner for loop printing a 5 star, then we have to go next line for a printing another column, another row. Okay, that's why once this for loop complete, then we have to define here print sys out. Okay, sys out, and remove this ln. Okay, inner for loop just mention here system.out.print. This print responsible to print one after another, printing this same thing in a same same line. Okay, and this ln means next line, go to the next line. Okay, let's save this and run this. You can see we got our output. We have a 5 by 5 star. We got here output. Simply what we done here, we use a two for loop, the outer for loop and inner for loop. Inner for loop is responsible for column and outer for loop is responsible for print row. Okay, let's save this. Now how can we convert the same program in a like this pattern to one? In a first row we can see here printed here 1 1 1, then second row printed here 2 2 2, and then 3 3 3. We can observe here incrementing value. Okay, here every row incrementing value. Okay, not column wise, it's incrementing row wise. In a first row we have a 1, then second row we have a 2, then third row we have a 3. So we can observe here our I value is incrementing every time 1. Okay, so we just don't need to do anything. We just pass here instead of star, we will directly pass here I, and we will use a concatenate and here pass space. Let's save this, run this. You can see we got here 1 1 1 2 2 2 3 3 3 4 4 4 5 5 5. Okay, like this. In the next scenario, next pattern, here we have to print a b b b and c c c. So how can we do that? Okay, that's why we have to define a character. Okay, instead of int, here we define a int n equal to 5. Instead of int, here we have to define a character. I'll simply change character and I'll simply define a int value. We will simply define a to e, print a to e. Okay, and inside for loop also here define a character instead of int, and here we will define a. Okay, here also define character j equal to a. Okay, and what we are doing here, a b c printing. Let's save this. What we done here, what we done changes here, simply we define a end value. End value is e, then initial value is a. Okay, and we simply printing here I. Okay, let's save this, run this application. You can see we got our output a b, then c, then d, then e. So the third thing, the fourth pattern, you can see here incrementing value in a column wise, not row wise. In a second pattern, here incrementing value in a row wise, but in a pattern 4, here incrementing value in a column wise. So here column wise incrementing value. So what we can do, we will simply control Z and we will get previous changes. Okay, we got these previous changes. Let's run this. You can see we got here 1 1 1 2 2 2 3 3 3. Okay, now we have to increment value. Instead of row, we have to increment value here in a column wise. Okay, here simply I'll change in I is incrementing every time 1 1. Okay, but j is incrementing every time 1 to 5. In a when our outer for loop run iterate one time, this inner for loop iterate 5 times. Okay, and every time it will increment by 1. Okay, I'll simply pass here instead of I'll pass here directly j. Okay, I'll pass here j. Okay, let me check. Okay, I'll pass here j. Let's save this and run. You can see we got here incremented value by column wise. Remember one thing, this outer for loop is always for a row and this inner for loop is always for a column. Okay, whatever operation you have to do in a column wise, then do inside the for loop, and whatever operation you have to do in a row wise, okay, then do those operation in a outer for loop. Okay, you can see simply we pass here j and we got our column wise incremented value. Okay, the next thing is pattern 5. You can see this pattern 5. This is incrementing everywhere, incrementing start from 1 and in from 9. Okay, it's not even a column wise and not row wise incrementing, it's incrementing always. Okay, so in this case we can't define here inside any variable, because inside a for loop variable that every time set, if we define there 0, that every time set 0. That's why we have to create one variable. I'll simply create here one variable int k equal to 1. Okay, and I'll simply pass that k here. I'll pass that k here, and what I want to do, I want to increment this k every time. Okay, that's why I'll simply define here k plus plus. Let's save this and run this. You can see, oh, I think we did some mistake. Okay, not increment outside this inner for loop, we have to increment that k inside inner for loop. Let's cut that and paste here. Let's save and run this application. You can see here we got incremented 1 2 3 4 5, then 6 7 8 9 10. Like this we got our value. Okay, in the same here what we changes, mostly we changes only the integer to character and character to integer, and this whatever we have to print, this printing value we didn't change anything. This structure means this is outer for loop, this is the inner for loop, that's the program structure. We didn't change here structure, we just change here that printing value or this data types integer to character. If when we print character, then we change here character. So our main topic is how can we do this program without using for loop. This kind of question most of time interviewer asks. If you are a fresher, if you are experienced, no matter, interviewer expect you have to do the recursion program. We have to discuss that. So I'll simply comment this program and I'll not use any more for loop, and I'll perform this operation without using a for loop. So let's comment this all code. So you can see here we use a two for loop, one for a row and second for a column. Okay, I'll simply define those two methods, row and column. Okay, instead of for loop we will simply define those two methods, public static. I'll simply define a static method, void row. Okay, this one is a row, and one more public static void column. Okay, call these two methods. Okay, now we have to treat this two method like this method is a row for loop and this method is a column for loop. Now we have to define this method where inside our main method. Okay, I'll simply define here main method, and if you observe our every outer for loop start from 1 and in from any particular value. Okay, n number. I'll simply pass those two value. Okay, I'll simply declare here int. Okay, int I equal to 1 and int n equal to 5. I'll simply define 5 here, and I'll pass those two things I comma n. Okay, now we have to declare those parameter inside a row, int I equal int I. Okay, simply int I and int n. Okay, now if you know the recursion programming, then this will easy for you. Now we have to do the recursion here. We have to recursive this method like a for loop. If you remember, this for loop is iterating 5 times. The same way we have to call this method itself in a 5 times. Okay, that's why simply I'll define here if here, and here in a for loop you can observe here our I is incrementing every time 1 1, and here we check condition. Here we define a condition I is less than n. Okay, also here also we define a same condition. If I less than equal to n, if I less than equal to n, then call row method. Okay, row method, and simply increment this I plus 1 and pass the same n. Okay, in this way. And when this method call, you can see in our main program here inside a for loop, this main for loop inside we wrote another one for loop for a printing a column. Okay, now the same way we have to pass here our column for loop. Simply I'll define here call. Here also we have to pass two value, int I and int n. Okay, I'll define here int I, or we can say int j comma int n. Okay, this two value I'll simply pass from here int. Okay, simply pass from here j is always 1 and int n is whatever we get from our previous things. Okay, I'll simply pass that n here also. Okay, now we have to print star. If you see our previous program in a inner for loop, here we use a system.out.println, and here we printed the star in a first pattern. Okay, simply here also we do the same thing, sys out, and simply print here star space. Okay, we will declare one space here, and also here also we have to do the same thing. We have to iterate this method itself. We have to call this method itself in a n number of time, whatever n number, that much time. Okay, if here we define a j, that's why I'll define here j less than equal to n. If it's satisfied, then print this star. Okay, then I'll simply copy this, print this star, as well as after printing the star call the same method. Okay, that's why define here call whatever j, I'll increment that j plus 1 and n value. I'll pass simply n value here. Okay, and don't define here print ln, just print, save this, and once this iteration complete, then we have to go our cursor in the next line. That's why define here sys out. Okay, system.out.println. Okay, let's run this application and check is it working or not. Okay, you can see here we are getting a proper output without using any loop. Most of interviewer ask, can you do this without using any loop? And you might be thinking, no, it's not possible. But that's not the right way. We can do without using any loop. You can see in this program here, just we define two method. First one is a row, and second one is a column, and we treat those method like a loop, like a for loop. Okay, if you understand this program, then you can create a many program. Okay, so if you like this video, then please like, share, subscribe. That's bye bye.